So this is the very first test, I guess, of my basically in-car setup. If you pan the camera all around, your smartphone all around, you'll see trees over there on your right. You'll see mobile homes here on your left, stop sign in front, and then I don't know if you can see behind the car or not. The reason is because the mount that I currently have comes up and gives me the height that I need when I'm actually doing my recording with my phone. It's not compatible with the mount that's acceptable with the Kodak, okay? I'm actually a little bit disappointed that they didn't put the tripod mount on the bottom, because the Kodak 360 was actually designed to record in 360 from the lens being at the top. So I'm trying to figure out why they decided to go that route, but it doesn't matter. I will just have to work with it, okay? So after sitting down all night long and thinking about it, what I'm actually going to do is I'm either going to get a Fat Gecko double suction mount that I'm going to mount to the sunroof glass and then have it dangle down upside down, and then I'll just flip the image so that it looks like you don't have to look down to look up. I'll either do that, or I will also get a Fat Gecko and I will mount it to the passenger window and bring it out with an extension so that it's approximately the eye height of an average size passenger, so that while I'm recording, you can pan around. You can see me driving here. You can pan around and it'll be like you're driving with me. Again, I have to do some experimenting. I don't think that my current setup is going to be compatible with the Kodak, but I don't want to get rid of my current setup because I may actually need it. So I'm definitely not going to go that route. Another thing that I thought about doing was getting an extension on the camera mount, and by doing so I would bring it up to a good height and just flip it. But the other problem with that is that you would see the camera mount in the shot, in part of the shot. So I'm still trying to figure out what the best way is to do this. Again, this is the second day that I've actually had any time to sit down and experiment with this. But I need to get gas, so I'm going to drive to the gas station. I'm going to get some food and then come back and look at the footage, edit the footage, and then upload the footage. I still don't know what the limits are on WQHD. That's what it's recording in right now. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 20 minutes. Unfortunately, there is no solid descriptor on what the actual limit is. Now, most all devices have a limit of either 5 to 15 minutes. So I'm not sure if that can be override or overridden or whatever. But yeah, so experimentation is going to be key to this, figuring out exactly where I want to mount this thing. If you recall from my videos in the past where I had the mount attached to the sunroof glass, the problem was, number one, I couldn't use the sunroof. Number two, the vibration from the wind, because the window sits on top and clamps down through force, there was a lot of vibration there. So unfortunately it caused the camera to move around, and it was really awkward. Now with optical image stabilization, that probably wouldn't be as much of a deal, but this camera does not have OIS. It has EIS, which is electronic image stabilization, or software image stabilization, however you want to look at it. So the lens does not move at all. It is a stationary lens. So that's going to make things a little bit more difficult, but we'll see what happens. My best guess is that I'm actually going to have the camera more to the passenger side. And the reason is because it'll cover more of the car. Granted, having it right in the middle is obviously going to give you a 360 view everywhere, but my tactic for wanting to be more immersive with my videos is that you are in the passenger seat. You're not in the driver's seat. You're not sitting in the middle over the console. You're not in the back seat. You're a passenger in the car. So you're in the passenger seat and you are riding along with me. And that gives you the opportunity to be able to pan the camera around, not only out all of the windows, but also be able to see from the windows down, the entire car, including my feet, because I'm going to have the camera flipped upside down, so the lens is going to be showing from down. It's not going to be showing from up, so you won't be seeing sunroof and so on. You'll be seeing what's down. So I have to bring the camera to a height that will allow it to see basically from here down. So again, experimentation, that's the key to this whole thing. That's what it's going to take for me to get this to set up properly. And excuse me, I'm still getting over this cold, and obviously you can hear that my son is getting over his too. So experimentation is going to be the key here, and it's going to take some time. And Fat Geckos are for the double tripod mount, or the double suction mount. I'm not going to go with the single mount. For the double suction mount, it's about $60. So just bear that in mind, that's $60 extra that I'm having to spend on top. So that may take a little extra time. But looking at the recorder, it's gone past 5 minutes. So it's got at least a 10-minute recording, so we'll see. But yeah, I've got a 16 gig card in there right now. It looks like that even though the image is bigger, they use a pretty heavy compression, which I wish could be turned down. But because you'll notice that on YouTube, especially when you're panning around, a lot of things are pretty blocky. But anyway, bus is here, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off, and I'll get some more drive-along videos from this perspective, all right?